Hey there, my dear Patreon people. How are you? I hope that you're having a sweet day. It was 16 degrees here overnight. Tomorrow night's low will be 12, and we'll have like 20-mile-an-hour winds. I am so grateful. You really develop when the weather's like this. This attitude of gratitude, right? You're really grateful for heat, really grateful for electricity, really grateful for a hot bowl of soup. It's there's nothing quite like winter to bring out the thankfulness in a human being. So I've been spending a lot of time, just in an attitude of gratitude for everything that we have, everything that we're blessed with. And I encourage you to do the same thing. It really kind of changes your outlook, and I need a change in outlook for sure. This will be just kind of a hodgepodge video because I apologize that I haven't been here very much. I am working my tail off to try and stock the shop. When your parents are unwell in another state, you feel like compelled. If you're like me, and work for yourself, then you feel like you need to stock up, right? You need to just stay stocked, and so I've been working really hard to come up with new things for the store, or creative endeavors for the store, just a lot of stuff. So speaking of the store, the Etsy shop, I have been coffee dyeing these coffee filters. It's a fun process. I take the filter, I put it in a small cardboard box, and it's the box that the dog's food comes in. Just that cardboard like rectangle thing. It really works out well because it's a progressive art project. It doesn't require like special anything. I just take the filter out. I put index cards down, or in this case, I use these little tags, which came out really well. These were like $1 at the Dollar Tree, or what's going to be $1.25 now. I love these tags. I think they're pretty in themselves, but then when you dunk them in, when you do a little coffee dye on them, they turn out really very cool. Now this one's got like gray up here. I have no idea, what makes them turn such interesting colors, but they really do turn interesting colors. The index cards, I pick up three packs for $1 at this place called N&W Salvage. It's close to the post office where I go. My really close post office is unsatisfactory, so I go to the kind of the opposite side of town so I can visit my friends at the post office. They're very nice down there. They have such a refreshing and kind attitude. Again, these are just index cards that have been coffee dyed. Like I said, when I coffee dye, I just put the filter, and it has coffee in it. I line the cardboard box with index cards, and then the coffee filter that has the coffee on it, I just put on top of the index cards, and then I'll leave it like that until it's dry. I keep it on my dryer. Laundry days are nice because everything dries very quickly. You try to utilize like what you have and be environmentally aware of things. Using my dryer as a drying unit for my coffee dyed papers really does work very nicely, and my my little collection's really coming along here. I'm very happy about that. I finished a batch of sewn covers for the journals that I've been working on, I call them Tatty patchwork journals. I'm having such fun creating collages with fabric. I did a huge fabric purge. I don't have tons of fabric anymore. I donated a lot of it to Scrap RVA, which is a kind of a thrift store for craft supplies. They have them in other states. It worked out well for me because, for one thing, it's a donation, so a tax write-off. Also makes me feel really good because people love to go there, and it's a place you can go and buy art supplies and you don't have to spend a chunk of money. And they support all kinds of diversity and programs and the underserved community and things like that. So I felt pretty good being able to donate my big batches of fabric to them. But these small pieces have just really been way fun to cobble them together, to practice my sewing. Again, I'm not this great sewer. Speaking of thrift stores and stuff, my sewing machine was $3 at a church yard sale, and it's a Singer sewing machine. It's really, really nice. I was very tickled to get it, and it's odd because that was probably 3 years ago. I go to that church yard sale every year, and ultimately one of the ladies there says, "Is that sewing machine still working?" And I'll go, "Yes, ma'am, it's still just humming along." But it's funny that I don't know how they remember that I bought that sewing machine, but they do, which is really super sweet. So this is the last collage piece that I did today. What happens at this point is this whole thing is glued onto my cereal box cover. A cereal box cover is usually 12 by 7, and so you're going to get, depending on it's usually, of course, 5 inches on the cover, and then you have usually a 2-inch spine on the book. It's been a lot of fun to collage with fabrics. What I thought we would do today is I need some things to go to at focal imagery to post onto my new patchwork journals. I also wanted to show this to you. This is the Creatively Free to Be Me planner. It's already getting so chunky, and I'm like, it's not even the end of January. I showed it to Leanne the other day, and I was like, oh, look at her. But I love her. I also love this card that a really special person sent me. I'm looking for ways to incorporate that card into, I don't want to put it on the back of the book. I don't know what to do with it yet, but it's so pretty. And then my mama sent me this little stationery pad, and it was tied with this violet ribbon. I thought, oh, I'll just put that on there too, because it just all goes together so well. But anyway, if you are looking for a planner, Creatively Free to Be Me planner, I'll put a link in the description box below, so you can check out Leanne's fine planners. Getting back to what we were doing, thought I would sit here and just pull some things together. These are the cards that go on the front of my patchwork tatty journals. I do a little sewing on the side here. Nothing fancy. I don't know how to do anything fancy, so it's not very fancy at all. But I thought what we would do is I grabbed a glue stick. I might need some other glue. Let me go ahead and grab that. And we'll just create some cards. Now, after I finish making these cards, I'm going to scan them and they will be in the they will be one of those free thank you downloads, and I'll attach the scans to hopefully to the bottom of what I'm doing here in the text page in the description box. I love this. Never seen anything like it. I cannot remember the creator. I had it written down, but now I don't. Laurie B., who I do not even know, sent this to me. It has been so remarkably inspiring. I love the images. I love the design. I love that it's French. I love the back. You know, the back just has text on it. Signatures. If you see a little smoke, it's because it's not smoke, it's vapor. I have a small humidifier on my desk at the moment. It's a cool vapor humidifier. It does not make anything wet or damp. I've been having issues with my fingers cracking. It's just dry skin, y'all. You know, we all get it in the winter time. Just try to keep hydrated, but sometimes just drinking a lot of water and putting on a lot of lotion is just not enough. Look at that, Très Jolie. I've really, really, really enjoyed working with this paper pad. And you can see that it totally lends itself to being chopped apart and rearranged. You guys know how I like to rearrange things. So there's that. I also have these couple things. I think this came from Michelle. And then I've got these. There it is right there. Belle Dame Francais. This is the cover of it, but I still don't know the creator. This went with it. Michelle sent this too. I thought that would make a really sweet cover for a book. She also sent this, again, you know, just another really sweet cover. And then I've got my chippy bits, my collage bits over here. I don't remember who sent that, but that's awesome and extraordinary and outstanding. So I'm just gonna kind of grab from this pile that I have over here and create some cards, just because it's fun. The Victoriana is not really something that I work with often, but I'm really enjoying it. I can't think of anything really Victoriana that I've ever done. It's nice to be working with just, you know, some different sort of imagery, you know. So let's get started and let's just see what we can get done. I kind of have a, you know, I'm not really going to make these for the covers of, like I said I was going to do, for the covers of the books, because I usually make very specific focal imagery for them, because I try to enhance the color palette of this. So we're just going to kind of have a little bit of fun, and we're just going to make a few. It says J'adore. J'adore. I think there's a perfume called J'adore. I like this paper because it really does tear. easily, and I do like torn edges a whole lot more than, you know, things that are cut. Although you do need some cuttery sometimes, that's for sure. Okay. I can see that I would like to use her. I'm gonna kind of do this. Last night Chris worked, thank goodness, and I watched Thor: The Dark World, which is such a great movie. Natalie Portman plays Thor's love interest, James Foster. All right, this is the really cool thing about this paper. So this is one side, this is the other side, so I can kind of use some text imagery here. I can put her over here. I like this red coupon here. I think that looks super cool. I also like this red flower, but I'm not sure. What I try to pay attention to when I'm doing collage, and this is just me, is I don't want to get that page too crowded. You know, you already have the sewing going on. You already have the coffee dye going on. I don't want to overfill this. I want to be very frugal with my choices. All right. Who doesn't love frayed burlap, Distress Ink by Tim Holtz? It's the perfect thing for a project like this. Speaking of Tim Holtz, I've been going to Michael's for the past, as Chris and I get out once a week. Well, Chris gets out more, but I get out once a week. And on our grocery run and bank day and post office day, he's been going to Lowe's because he's had things to get for the house. He bought us a great light to put over the sink. It did take both of us to install that baby, but it's just because he is super tall, and I'm really super not tall, and it was, whew, I'm glad that's over with. We did good. The light looks fantastic. I can finally see at night. The light has been not working for maybe 5 years. It made it really, well, I just couldn't see at night. In the kitchen to do the dishes, the lighting in this house is not super great, but you know, grateful to have lighting, right? It's old lighting. It's an old house. So, you know, we did a little update, y'all. I was very happy to get that done. He bought weather stripping for the doors. We do have that new HVAC that I mortgaged my whole life for to buy. I'm kidding. Home repairs. Yikes. Big time stuff. So we had to have weather stripping to go under the doors. You know, again, just a drafty old house. But that's okay. No problem. You know where it says gasoline here? I'm thinking I maybe don't want gasoline up there. These are so cool. These are like gasoline coupons. So I'm wondering if I can kind of do something different right here to kind of diffuse that. Maybe use something different, maybe a different word. But this is just a thought at this point. I pulled out my Tim Holtz conversation things here. So I've got a couple of these. I think I'm just gonna kind of pull off the top here. I don't want to get out too much because then I'll get lost. I want to keep the numbers intact. All right, let's try that. Let's just see if that will work. Okay, that's working good. And now it would be fun to find a nice sentence or a few words. I've always loved orders attended to day or night, but I think that's too long a sentence right there. My open heart, kissing her, see the silver stars, the big moon, maybe just the big moon, a glimpse of heaven, the little stars, a look in her eyes. That's it. That's it. Doesn't she have such a look in her eyes? Mm-hmm. Be careful with frayed burlap ink pad here. Yes, I think that will work super nicely. A look in her eyes. Oh, yeah. So I didn't get it crowded, and I diffused an image to kind of make it match my books. You know, my books aren't about, I love the thing. I love the gasoline coupon. But I'm going to diffuse this and just kind of make it look like an embellishment, you know, a different sort of embellishment piece. All right, let's do another. Very happy with that. Let's find another lady. Really, Michelle sent this along. My girl and her mother, do you see both? Do you? Because I don't. I think I'll use that for something else. Michelle sent this to Patience Pettigrew's Perplexities. I love it. This might make a nice... Okay, so I love that. But some people don't like bugs, and they're really turned off when they see a bug on something. So maybe something a little different. I can start with the text imagery here. Now I'm going for another, oh, I kind of like that too. Do this, maybe one of these ladies. Oh, I kind of like her. Let's see if I can get her out of there. I think I might have to cut. We're expecting snow, so Chris is like riding his phone, hoping that none of his shows this week get canceled because of snow. Such an unpredictable time of year for us. Because you just, it's been unpredictable since the thing because you just never know. You never know if they're going to close stuff, or you just never know. Kind of like her. It's too much, isn't it? I feel like she needs to be like on something. You know, she needs to be mounted on something. Do this and see. I love to tear paper. And last week I developed, like I said, this, it's a fissure is what it is. My little, my thumb's just kind of, it's like, wow, where did that come from? It looks like a really bad paper cut. You know, your fingers just get dry. It's in the way of things, as Lao Tzu would say. Okay, that's looking good. I like that. Let's go ahead and stick that down before I forget how it all goes together. My intention list is going along swimmingly. I decided that this would be the month that I would learn to do live videos, which I did. I learned how to do it, and then I did one or two, and then I haven't done any more. It would be great to do lives in the morning, but that's when Chris is sleeping. And then the whole day just gets away from me. And then I just don't get it done. That's looking pretty good. I really do like that one. And then maybe put this up here. And, you know, do the same thing, kind of just diffuse it with I wonder if I should do that. What do you think? I kind of like it offset, you know. So let's do that. And let's work on kind of diffusing this image. This is going to be super cool. I would have gasoline coupons during the war, right? Ration coupons. I love the Maisie Dobbs books by Jacqueline Winspear. And those mention rationing and coupons and things like that. Speaking of rationing, we went to the store the other day, and there's there's no Gatorade. There's no now I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, what do you think? I kind of like that. There's no Gatorade. There's no Gatorade. There's no pudding. There's been no soup of late. We did find some soup, which is awesome, because Chris does like soup. He likes canned soup. I like homemade soup. It was really nice to find some things. Felt very, very grateful. You're all I had hoped to find, a glimpse of heaven. A gracious smile from thee? I am not sure that's going to work. I don't think that's going to be quite big enough. Like this. It says love greatly. Yeah, I think we'll just use that. Love gratefully. Great. Love greatly. Okay. We are not progressing very quickly. I apologize. I'm kind of enjoying it, just creating and not being under a deadline. That's kind of nice. Okay, so we've got 2 done. I'm going to do 2 more, and then I'll do 2 more, and we will use that as a printable, and that will be super nice. Oh, there it is. Susan Leonard Casimir, Art Mécanique. I'm going to put that over here just so I can remember it. Okay. So we have this. Okay. I do like that. I'm just wondering about the whimsical nature of these ABCs. Okay, this, and the coupon. I gotta get this. I think I told you guys that I watched Thor last night, The Dark World. It's really great movie. It explains a lot about the ether, which is the 5th element. But according to the movie, the fifth element is of course love. But in Norse mythology, the 5th element is the ether. It's very interesting. It's a great movie. Really enjoyed it. I was watching A Discovery of Witches, and I'm really glad I got through season 1 because it's no longer free. But I don't subscribe when it's... I'm dying to see the rest of it, but I'm not going to subscribe to a channel to watch it. I just figure it will be available at some point, and I'll watch it then. That's cute. The background kind of got lost, didn't it? But that's okay, because I'm just not sure about those whimsy-ish looking things. So we'll use the background kind of as a frame. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for another month. I am sorry that I am not here more often. I'm really trying to we have all pitched in and trying to help just negotiate things with mom and dad, and it takes a lot of time, which is okie doke. Alright, again, the gasoline thing here. I really love those. And the cool thing is there are like tickets to on this Susan Leonard Casimir Art Mécanique collage pad. I've been thinking it would be fun to make my own collage pad. What do y'all think? I think that would be a fun little endeavor. I truly think it would be fun. There we go. Now let's choose a word. I'm going to see if I have anything over here. Oh, I know where the rest of my Tim Holtz stuff is. The rest of my Tim Holtz stuff is in my binder, which again, you know, something I made and was very excited about, and then totally forgot that it was even there. This says sentimental. Okay. One more. Okay. This is a fun way to start, you know, having some text, and of course you can do this by just using a text stamp. Really fun way to get going on a piece, you know. I like her. I like her. I like her. And then she needs to go. Can do that. I don't think I have any more of the gasoline things left. So I might want to do something different. I hope that you guys find these easy to print and you enjoy using them in your own journals. I hope that you found a little bit of inspiration hanging out today. It's a lot of fun to create with no agenda, kind of. My son, my older son, has RA and Crohn's disease and all manner of autoimmune problems, but he has started painting. He is finding a lot of pleasure in it. Yesterday we were talking about his painting, and he said, well, you know, I would like to help. I would like to, you know, create a little bit of income. And I was like, well, you know, you definitely can do that. And he said, well, I just don't know how much to charge for my work. And I was like, well, that's always a little bit tricky. I said, but right now, you know, right now, why don't you just enjoy the creative process? Why don't you just have a little bit of fun doing what you're doing? And he was like, well, that's a good idea. And I was like, yeah. I said, because, you know, before long you may be creating, and, you know, you are able to sell the things that you're doing. And I said, right now, just enjoy it. Just enjoy creating with no agenda. Not thinking about creating to sell. Just creating just for the absolute, exquisite, wonderful joy of it. Do that. There's nothing better. There's nothing more refreshing, soul satisfying than just being able to create. And, you know, you guys make it possible for me to create. And I am forever grateful to all of you. It means so much to me to have you in my corner. Y'all cheer me on. You know, you hear my heartaches because I don't share them other places. You listen and you're patient and you're kind. And don't give up on me. And I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let's see what we got done. And I'll sit here and do a couple more. So that will give us, you know, 6 to play with. So we got that one. This one says sentimental. Love greatly. And then we'll do a couple more. I'll just sit here and get those done. Okay. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate, again, all of you being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all. Have a great Thursday. See you later. Bye.